Hey y'all, and welcome back to another Wedding Wednesday. My name is Jane Corley with Pic Visions, Media Arts and Photography. If it's your first time here, welcome. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded every week. In today's episode, we're talking save the dates. In our wedding series, we're about that time that we need to start thinking about save the dates. So, some tips, tricks, few things that you can maybe sacrifice here and there if you need to save a little money in your budget. Let's just get into save the dates. Let's get started. So let's start off with some basics. Save the dates should be sent out between 8 and 12 months if you're doing a destination wedding, and between 4 and 6 months if you're doing a local wedding. Your invitations will follow 6 to 8 weeks after you send out your save the dates. Some great places online to order save the dates from is Minted, Shutterfly, and Vistaprint. Those are at least the ones that I used, and I've seen other brides use, and they've been really successful. So those three are a good place to start if you want to order your save the dates offline. Now, I may get a little flack here and there about this one, but you don't really have to do save the dates if you don't want to. They're not a have to have if you do not want to do your save the dates. In the digital world we live in right now, you can really do Facebook announcements or something on, your social media accounts, because save the dates are sent out just to be like, holler, we're getting married, everybody get ready to celebrate us because it's coming. Not necessarily everyone who's going to read that save the date information is going to be invited, but at least people who are going to be invited, very close family, and some friends that you've already talked to, they will get that information and go ahead and start thinking about it so that they can save that date on their calendar. The invite is the invite. If you get the invite, you are invited. And that might hurt somebody's feelings, but when you start thinking about cost per person, sorry friend, we'll celebrate at an engagement party, or we'll celebrate at a bridal party, or we'll go out and have drinks and celebrate, but not everybody can be invited, y'all, and people may or may not get their feelings hurt, but in all honesty, people will understand. People will understand if they can't be invited to your wedding. The themes of your save the date should match the theme, the tone of your wedding, and really celebrating the tone of your relationship. What kind of people are you? So do some research and, get your ideas flowing about how you would like the template of your save the date to be. As I said, it's very easy to DIY your save the dates if you would like. 4x6, 5x7, that's a standard envelope size. And you can make them up on your computer if you're good with Photoshop, or you know somebody who is good with Photoshop. And you can have them create your save the date and use that template and just print out 4x6s, or go to your local print shop and get the 4x6s. Or you can go to Minted, Shutterfly, Vistaprint, and you can import those images, and it may only be like 50 cents, maybe $1 off per save the dates, rather than having somebody else create them for you. But 150 guests at 50 cents a piece, that's an extra 75 bucks, y'all. Magnets are a very popular choice. 4x6s are cheaper than 5x7s. Don't forget about the price of stamps. And it's okay to ask people through text message, call them, or direct message to get people's addresses. Or you can reach out to a cousin or a family member who just recently got married, and they may have a bank of addresses that they can send you to go ahead and get that party started. Because finding addresses for people is very aggravating. So people may not respond. They may, I'm moving in a couple months, so here's this address, and I'll give you my other address for the invitation, but that never happens. It's a debacle when you're trying to get people's addresses, and then when you combine you and your fiance's addresses together, it just gets more exciting. So have your addresses, make an Excel spreadsheet just so you have a bank so you can get all those addresses for save the dates, invitations, and thank you notes after the event. Another little tip for saving money here and there is to hand deliver, because stamps add up. Hand deliver people who you work with, hand deliver people in your neighborhood if you're inviting them, hand deliver some to your mom, to hand deliver to the people that she needs to invite, hand deliver to your dad and all the people in his work office he wants to invite. Just hand deliver where you can to save that couple cents on stamps here and there because you're about to buy a lot of stamps, y'all. A lot of stamps. So what goes on the save the dates? Your names, maiden name, ladies. Location, if you don't have a venue but you have your date, which that's a dangerous game, ladies. But if you know that you're getting married in Atlanta, Georgia, have Atlanta, Georgia. So if people need to find hotels, if people need to get lodging stuff and, plan their trips, if they're coming from out of town, they'll know, hey, I need a flight to Atlanta, Georgia on this date. So name, location, city, state is okay. Date, your wedding website information, which that's our next video, is the wedding website. And pictures of y'all. If you're not going to do a backsplash background of that wood texture and some flowers, include some pictures. If you guys haven't done your engagement session, do an engagement session. So some of you may not have ever sent out formal letters to people. Some of you may not have even ever sent a letter before, which that's a shame, y'all. Letters are awesome. I love giving letters. But it's kind of an archaic thing, and that kind of makes it really cool if people get things in the mail. So save the dates, you can do them online, but I think it's better to do it by mail because it makes a statement. It sets a tone, and people like getting mail these days if it's not junk mail. If you're addressing the save the dates and do I want to do Mr. and Mrs. very formal, or do I want to do Fred and Martha? How do I want to address them? How do I want to address my save the dates? You can either choose Mr. and Mrs. Jones or Fred and Martha Jones. Fred and Martha Jones is of course a little bit less formal and more appropriate for save the dates. It kind of says, hey friends, come to my event. Let's have a good time. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if you're going to go with that format, do that more on the invitations unless you're just very adamant about having that across the board. It's really up to you, brides, grooms, fiancés. It's really up to you. If you're not really familiar with the way to format a letter, especially an envelope when you got expensive stamps involved, just look up templates of how envelopes are filled out for weddings, how save the dates are sent out, different formats for address, and you can always just make labels if you don't want to handwrite them. Just do your research on different ways to do save the dates and find what works best for you when it comes to addressing, packaging, labeling. We actually got a stamp online. It was really cool. We got, it was just a 2-inch by 2-inch stamp, and it was just really nice that on every envelope that we sent out, from save the dates to thank you notes, it had that stamp on the back. So it kind of got people in the theme even after the event of, oh yay, they sent us something else, or oh, this is from Jane, and we got a stamp and we ended up really loving it, and we'll be able to use it for years to come because we didn't put like our wedding date on there or anything. It was just, hey babe, let's get a stamp. How cool would that be to have a stamp for us? So something else to think about before you send out your save the dates. So I hope this video was helpful on how to make your save the dates, how to get inspired for your save the dates, how to save a little money on your save the dates, and how to just feel comfortable with the whole idea of save the dates. Really excited for next video when we talk about the wedding website. Please make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe, make sure you ring the bell if you haven't done so already. Like, share, subscribe with all of your other fellow fiancés, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week when we talk about a wedding website. Till then, Jane Corley, Pick Visions. See you later, guys.